What's going on, my good people? Outside, man, paying myself for the day. And we pay ourselves by, protecting our skin suit, man, in the best way we know how. We don't get to control how many days we live, but we can control how we look while we live. That's it. Anyways, moving along. I want to talk about something today. I don't know if I want to just put this on men, but I've been a man. I've been a man, like a boy or a mankind. I've been a man my whole doggone life. I don't know what it feels like to be a woman. All I know is I've dated women and heard their experience. I don't know them for myself. So I'll speak mostly about sexual discipline. I don't know. I guess I can speak in a general sense, man. Let's put this for everybody so everybody gets some nuggets out of the conversation. So when you building a standard for your life, you have to say, this is what I will not tolerate. This, these things are what I will not tolerate. And be real with yourself and what you say you will not tolerate. You're building a standard for your life. You do this by building a personal standard for yourself. When you have a standard for yourself, everybody gonna have to meet that standard. If they can't meet it, they'll just fall off. It don't even matter if they fake it. If they can't keep it up, don't worry, they'll fall off. So, how do you start by building a standard for your life? You say, okay, well, let's look into my personal life and let's see how when I was in my lowest points of like sex addiction, said, okay, I'm gonna build a standard, and this here is now the standard for what it is. So start running behind you. Stop playing. Anyways, I was like, I don't like women who like are unruly. Like, well, I gotta say what I. Mm-mm, no way. Because the thing is, I know the women in my family gonna get you together, especially about me. They gonna get you together. So I don't even need to bring you around. I don't even need to hurt your feelings like that. But sex, first time I see it, I'll be like, oh, no, out of here. I wanted a woman to love me like my mother loved me. That was another standard for my life. She had to love me like my mama. My mama loved me. When I came out the womb, she loved me. She saw me and she loved me. I need my woman to love me like that. You can't love me like that, get out my face. And so when I was dating, I see women that wouldn't fully commit. They be trying to date me like halfway. Like, I like you. I don't want to invest my full heart. So I invest my full heart. Then it won't. Okay. Well, I play the half heart game too. Cause I'm always coming in like if I see a woman, I like a woman, I'm gonna pursue you like I like you. But when I see something, I'm like, like a woman that's always a victim. Nope, get out of here. Cause when I start dealing with you, I'm gonna become part of your victim story. I don't want to think about it. A woman that didn't understand or take some judgment. I was like, well, I don't like that. Like I remember I was dating this one lady, and she had been drinking. She ended up wrecking her car. So we go up there. I take up there to go see the car the next day, and they say it's totaled. She didn't have insurance. I said, hey, right now, go to the dealership. Go to the dealership and go get you a new car. Go get you a new car right now before they put this one on your credit. Because there ain't no way you're going to keep paying for a car that you can't use no more. You don't have insurance. You can't afford to pay for it. So just go get a new car right now. She's like, okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do what you said. But take me to go get a rental car first so I can at least get around the city. No problem. And so we get her around. I get her around to the Enterprise. And so you know, she had been in transition, you know, you looking for a car still, you still living your life, got a job, whatever. So we hadn't seen each other in like a couple of weeks. So 2 weeks later, I see her. I was like, you ever been looking on a new car? She's like, no, I ain't really had no time. I was like, oh, okay, I understand. So I ain't say nothing about it. We see each other another 2 weeks. Of course, this is me pulling away because I'm like, okay, you're not even talking about no new car. So see you in another 2 weeks. We had a month now. Oh, no, I didn't have time. So now I'm like, all right, well, I'm good on this one because obviously you don't listen. So, boom, we go to 10 months down. Man, we go about 6, 7 months down the line. I saw her and she still had that doggone rental car. And I was like, she was like, and then after about 7, 8 months, she was like, yeah, I finally had to take the rental car back. I'm so mad at myself. I mean, I wasn't paying attention. And then I ended up giving them $10,000, you know, for that one rental car. And I'm sitting there looking at her like, this could have easily been avoided by you going to go get a car in the beginning, bro. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with you, but I'm gonna let you do what you want to do. But that was the thing for me. If you got a word, I'm listening to your word. There's three things when I set a standard for my life, especially when I have sexual discipline. So another thing, sexual. I was like, I ain't want women that went like that was real nasty. I was like, I don't really want that. I ain't into all that anal stuff. So women that was into that, I mean, I ain't judging you or nothing. It's just your thing. I don't want to. I don't even want to know that I like shit like that. That's what I'm saying. I don't even want to know that I like that. So that's why I don't do it. So if I met a woman and she was like that, I know she ain't gonna be. If she likes that, she ain't gonna be able to get that up. She gonna like, come on, man. So, or a woman that was really, really freaky. Like, man, I'm a 44-year-old man, man. The things that I'm thinking about now are way more than having sex every day. So a woman come up, man, we can have sex. Man, I ain't trying to hear nothing about it. Get out of my face. Now, I do eat every day. I do eat every day. I might not want to have sex every day, but I do like to eat every day. So me find a woman who like to cook. And if she don't know how to cook, let me see how she take instruction. Because if you take instruction in your real life, in all phases, if you take instruction, a lot of people don't take instruction from their mates. And so this is stuff that lead to bad sexual chemistry in the bedroom. So they don't have it ain't no structure in the relationship. So the sexual, most of these dudes, man, let me break this down to you, man. Most of these dudes are dealing with stuff. And in the midst of dealing with stuff, they having sex. So I'm talking about stuff in a spiritual way that you probably don't understand right now. But what I'm explaining is the sexual stuff that you have to, these standards, it's not just sexual, dog. It's the root of your life is not structured. That's why you feel empty, and that's why you're trying to fill this void with sex. But we ain't gonna even work on that part yet. I'm trying to get you to compartmentalize this thing so you can say, oh, okay, this is what I need. Most of y'all have bad sexual um, discipline because you drink too fucking much. You drink too much. My homeboy, man, I need to break this. Man, he talking about sex and stuff. He talking about he want a wife. And I'm like, so you want something, right? I said, well, give up drinking and see what sex looks like without alcohol. He's like, man. And that's the thing. When you come and do counseling with me, you can't just do counseling with me. Counseling with me involves action. I don't want to be talking about, oh, man, I ain't had no time. You ain't no time. Okay. Well, shit, give me your money. I'll sit here and waste my time. People like that, man, I'm supposed to start charging the people double, man. You're going to waste my time here. You ain't going to help yourself. If you're not willing to give up anything to be a better person, get out my face. That's probably why you keep doing the same thing. Like when I say, man, you probably doing the same thing your daddy was doing, people get upset. What was your daddy doing, motherfucker? Go look and see what your daddy was doing. Some of y'all daddies had these same problems that you having right now. And that's the thing. In my family, I identified it was my grandfather. He was the break in the family. Serial cheater. That was my grandfather. And I was like, man, I was talking to my granny one day and she was like, I was just asking about my grandfather because I ain't really know him like that. And so, because my father does not act like he saw my grandfather in action. So he just like, okay, I'm gonna be a upright person. My dad is nothing like my grandfather. And so I'm more like my father. But in my younger years, I was way more like my grandfather. And I was talking to my granny one day and she said, boy, your grandfather, he really loved them women. And I looked at I'm talking about, it was a self-actualization point where I was like, am I like my grandfather? Am I going in the ways of my grandfather and not my father? What's going on here? And I had to reassess myself. Like the women I was having sex with, man, I said, I am not having sex with no woman that I'm not getting married to. If I don't think you to be a wife, I'm not having sex with you. That's when I really got serious about finding somebody for me. I was, man, if I can't even think of you as a wife or as a mother. No. And then there's a lot of people that consider somebody mother or wifey. I don't put that title on everybody. Because everybody don't, like I look at husbands, I'm like, everybody ain't deserving of being a husband. When some men don't want to get married, I'd be like, I respect that. Because everybody ain't built for what I'm doing. But sexual discipline, especially inside of a marriage, bro, because as a single man, you can turn away options. In a marriage, you have to turn away the options. So for me, my discipline is way harder than a single man. Because he can still go out and play the field. He ain't got really nothing to worry about. Hell, most single men don't even have their kids. So you still can be fluent and move around. But I'm teaching sexual discipline from somebody. Okay, let me explain something to y'all of who I used to be. Just a little bit. I used to have all these house parties, man, and women used to like me. I'm a fairly decent looking guy, man. Women used to like me. And I would invite a whole bunch of people to all these parties. Wouldn't charge nobody nothing. Show up, have a good time. Food provided by me, drinks. Bring the drinks, and I'll provide the DJ. Good times. So once the parties, I start having these parties, man, women start throwing themselves at me. Like women and this is how I know women like powerful men. You don't necessarily have to have anything. You just have to have the illusion of it. So this party gave women the illusion that I was a likable guy. Because if women trust you, women that don't know you definitely gonna trust. Like, oh, everybody else like him. So when my wife came to a house party that she was invited to, her first house party experience of mine, it was 8 other girls that I was talking to there. 8 other ones. And I was mine. I didn't care about none of it. Y'all better not get into no argument here. Better be cordial. So, yeah, man. That was the first experience my wife got of me. So she knew exactly what she was coming into. Oh, okay, it's going to be a little competition because I see these women around here looking at him. I see what they look. I see how they look at him when he walk off. So that let me know I'm going to probably have to, this dude is highly sought after. I wasn't a dude that, man, running after a woman, please love me. It was not like that. So I was a highly sought after man, and I wasn't seeking a lot of attention. But the attention that I was seeking, they was paying attention to me. But my wife, she got that first experience, was like, oh, okay, it's 7, 8 other women here. And then I went to one woman. July 24th, 2018. Ain't thought about another woman since. How is that possible? Well, when I was single, I started applying these standards to my life. I was like, okay, I ain't having sex with no woman that is like she over sexual. I don't want her over sexual. If she dress over sexual, I don't want that. If she wear a whole bunch of makeup, she got to wear makeup every day. I don't want that. I want stuff that I know I'm going to be able to live a long time with. So I'm applying everything I do not like. I'm like, yep, throwing it all in the pile. Boom, boom, boom. And that helped me build a standard for what I wanted. So I started attracting women that were attracted to the values that I really, really wanted in my heart. When you do stuff from your heart, man, I keep talking about the heart. Y'all gonna keep ignoring me every day, but I keep talking about this heart thing. It keep record, but it's a spiritual record. It ain't the record you can see that you write down on paper, but it got a record. So when you collecting them bodies, because you don't have no spiritual discipline, the heart remember. So when you pass by these women and your woman be like, man, I feel the energy. Yep. So your heart gonna pull a little bit and say, ooh. I remember back then when we was having sex. Your heart ain't gonna never forget. This is what I started learning coming out of that days. But I was building a relationship, a standard with me first. You can't have no standard for everybody else, and you are no standard. Men know that I can feel on her. She look easy. Don't make yourself look easy to these men. Don't make them. I'm telling you how a man think. I ain't telling you. I'm telling you how somebody who was hanging around sex addicts who were good people and sex addicts who were not good people. But when you're a sex addict, you're attracting sex addicts all day. Some people have a good spirit. Some people have a terrible spirit. And women love them the same. But if you like have a sexual discipline for yourself, like, yeah, man, like, man, you have to turn down sex with like beautiful women sometimes. Like, man, this ain't too good to be true. It probably is. Especially if you got some bread and you got some good things about yourself, you really a target. Especially in this market, it's a lot of people living off survival. And all they got is looks, no personality. But you have to have the discernment. And the spirit gives you the discernment. The body can't tell, man. You be looking at these women, you be like, oh my God, so beautiful. Oh my God, the teeth beautiful, the smile beautiful, the eyes beautiful. Like, oh, but don't let the body, and your senses that lie to you just that fast. So I'm trying to build all this stuff I spoke about in this last video. I'm trying to help you build spiritual armor, broski. Spiritual armor, bro. When a woman come up, she knows she can't have you. Like most of these women think y'all sluts. I put that in my book, bro. Most of these women think y'all are sluts and they can have you. It's disgraceful for me to call myself a king and have every woman think that she can have me because I've given myself away to everybody. I don't want to live my life that way. So I start looking at myself like, man, I can just be giving myself to everybody. Every woman that come up to me and say, I want to have sex with you, I just have sex with her. Like, no. If I have value, I can't give myself away to everybody. That's how it works. Because this body, I can't exist on this earth without it. I cannot. I cannot be in the physical world with this body if I do not take care of it. I cannot be here a long time. If I make one bad dating decision, somebody might kidnap me and do something bad to my body. So you got to have some discernment about yourself. It's some women that's coming in your life to destroy you. And they got a beautiful smile. They have a nice voice. They have nice bodies. They done figured out every part of their body to enhance it, to make you fall into a trap. And you have to have spiritual discernment to see this stuff. But if you just in your body and your senses and you don't control your body, man, I was talking to a man the other day. And we gotta have sex with a man. What you expect me to do? I would expect you to have some spiritual, some discipline about yourself. Can't nobody just have you. This dick is not free. It's not free. But these women do not respect you because you loose with it. You give it to everybody. The world don't respect you because you give your life force to everybody. It ain't nothing. You 10 women in a day giving your life force to everybody. Everybody can have you. Everybody think that you cheap around the world. And now the women, they're trying to get more sexually appealing to trap you or get into you or be with you. And now people around the world think that they are cheap. I'm telling you what I've seen. People welcome you in, man. People are very welcoming in the beginning, but when you start coming there and you coming there with all that American stuff, they notice it. But all they know is what they see with their eyes, their senses. So they build a record of you based on what they are shown from American TV. American TV show y'all to be gangbangers. They show y'all to be sexual deviant. I'm gonna have sex with your husband. I'm gonna have sex with my children. I'm gonna have sex with everybody. But it has to involve sex. Everything has to involve sex to make you look cheap. And that's all these people see overseas, that you are cheap. Anybody can have you. So I'm starting to see when I'm watching videos from women who are going back to the diaspora, the men are super aggressive with these women. You know why they super aggressive? Because the world said you was cheap, and they can have you for $40. Everybody can have you for $40. The whole world can have you for $40. And I've been around the world, so you can't really tell me that this is not happening. Because I'm tall. I'm 6'4". And a lot of people, they give me grace because I'm tall. Hey, man, I don't want to mix it up with him. He'd probably get upset, fuck everything up. People be having real grace with me. But women, youth, children, they be having big problems in the sport. Big problems. Because of how America has shown you to the world. Yep, that's who they is. Sex crazy people. They gonna have sex all day. All they gonna do is pop that coochie and pop that pelvis. That's all they gonna do. And beg. That's all they gonna do is beg, and buy gold chains. That's all they gonna do. And we got our young brothers falling into the money game, falling into the money trap. And they only getting the money for a reason. They only getting the money for a reason. The money is to attract more women so they can have sex with more women. Gotta spread that life force across the world. No discipline for the black man. No discipline for the black woman. It's all sexual. These people make everything about you sexual. Sexual. That's how the world see you. They said, woo, boy, having sex with those blacks. Those African Americans. Woo. Then get your entertainers to wear the skimpiest shit ever. So you, the little girl, you don't see the play. You don't see the play. They might not even be this person. This is an entertainer. They probably not even that person in real life. But this is what they show to the world. This is what our entertainers are showing to the world, that we are sexual creations. We can sell sex. We the best sellers of sex. But what if, let's do this for a whole year. Stop selling ourselves sexual. Let's stop making the music sexual. Let's practice complete sexual discipline. Just a bunch of black folks. And we'll see how the world changes. Because when you're not just sexual, you got to find something else to talk about in your music. Gotta find something else to talk about in your music. But having discipline for yourself, having a 101 for me. Me. I don't care what your standard is of me. Me. I know me. Man, women was trying to shame me. Oh, you just don't want a real woman. Nope. I know what I want. Get out of my face. And I'm not saying this to her, but my attitude is saying, I understand how you feel, but I got to make the best decision for me. I ain't got to be mean to you. Even though your words are mean to me, I will not be mean. I was never mean back to these women. Oh, you just quitting on a relationship. You just go, yeah, I'm quitting on a relationship. I'm not quitting on a marriage. I'm not bound to you. But in relationships, y'all have sex with somebody, get bound to these people. Anytime you have sex with somebody, you have the tendency to be bound to this person, especially if it felt good to your body, especially if it's a feeling that you've never had. The feelings that are attached to the body.